always playing with something, Andrew.
Yes, indeed. I'm ADD, and this is like literally ADD and a thing.
Oh my goodness. Good morning. I'm Gary Hardy.
I'm Andrew.
And we are with Brunner's Wanted Services coming to you with this week's Brunner's Bits. Oh, no. Don't you dare put that away.
It's my fidget toy.
Bring it back out. Explain this thing to me.
I don't know. It's a fidget toy. I don't know. It was called like a fidget cube. I don't know. I think they just stuck random stuff to a wood block, but I enjoy it.
It looks like a baby. Hold on. My favorite Back to the Future. That's a baby's toy.
Thank you. No, I don't know. It's ADD. And
where'd you get it?
I went to that Miami Valley liquidation.
Did you buy a box?
It was 50 cents. I was like, well, that's worth 50 cents of amusement, and it's been very worth it.
So you are Fred Sanford. You are a modern day Caucasian Fred Sanford.
I will take it.
If only you had the money of Red Fox, correct?
Yeah.
Hey, so
yeah.
Let me get my excitement. This week, folks, we're gonna talk about some leadership. We're gonna talk about the importance of leading from the front, leading with culture, developing leaders, that sort of thing. But before we do that, I have to discuss with you our current events.
This music just reminds me of like Final Fantasy when you're just like in town and you're safe.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, I haven't started playing it yet, but Jacob influenced me to buy Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls game, and I'm not even a gamer. Yeah. I'm not even a gamer, but he said it's like Dungeons and Dragons, and
he said he was waiting. He's been waiting. You don't contact me this weekend. I will be busy.
I don't know much about Dungeons and Dragons other than the fact we played a couple times, and I thought it was fun. And he said it was like Final Fantasy and Dungeons and Dragons and all that open world.
I think Mitch plays that too.
So I was like, I think I'm going to jump in. But they're on Xbox. I'm on PS5, and I don't think it's a merged world.
You don't think I don't know if it's cross-platform.
I don't think it is. It may be, but I don't think it is. Not all the games are, but it has been remastered, so it may be. I've never played any of the Elder Scrolls. When I was a kid, I played Final Fantasy, like the first couple, but I was never good at those games. I preferred Zelda.
A couple of buddies that played Morrowind when we were in high school.
I don't even know what that is.
That's another Elder Scrolls.
Is it? Was that like one of the early ones?
Yeah, early 2000s.
Yeah, 2000s. I was shooting at real people, not on video games. But anyways, nothing I'm proud of. It's a breaking news, folks. If you're a client of ours, we're a little bit behind.
Weather hasn't been nice, and we had the big install we're going on for the church. So,
and weather seems to still be on its way, but we're catching up. We're catching up.
Stop raining on us.
And with us being a little bit behind, it's allowed us to look and evaluate some new tools. We may be looking at getting that mulch mule.
That was pretty cool.
But
guys liked it.
Yeah, they did. But just because I say we're a little bit behind, that is just on mulching. Our enhancements we're right on point right now. We got some trees on order. We are on point to get all of our plantings done before it gets dry. We try, if we're going to put stuff in before summertime, Memorial Day is really like the latest. I like to put stuff in because then it starts drying out. And
it's Ohio, so
it is Ohio. But we're not planting so much extra stuff that we can't go and throw a hose on a spigot and water them if it starts to dry out. But we're a little bit behind, folks. But we are going to catch up. We are overstaffed so that we can catch up. So
it'll be okay.
Never fear. Brunner's is here, and we'll get it good. With us being a little bit behind, I have dropped the ball on helping Andy with some of his customer service, and that's going to pick back up again. I've been dealing with trying to get a senior graduated. My son, having a handicapped adult son is not easy, and then with graduation and all that, and dealing with the school,
and he's a teenager,
So, but never fear. The Brunners that everybody knows is really still here, and
the actual Brunner of the bunch was just trying to call me.
Yeah, so we're still better than everyone else. We do more with less. I mean, I can't keep raising pricing, so we can't keep buying all these things to try to get done quicker. So we have to do more with less. But we're getting there. We're getting there. And when I say we're behind, we're really only like a week and a half behind.
Yeah, about a week.
Because we have 2 full crews right now dedicated to getting the mulching done.
I mean, you got to think we had basically 2 weeks of rain that's really slowed everything down, and we have another 3 days solid rain this week.
We've had more rain this year than we did this time last year. Fortunately, on the lawn mowing side, the way that the rain has fallen, it's allowed us to keep up on our mowing. But when it comes to landscaping, when things are a muddy mess, it's hard to plan.
It's great fun to have edged an entire area, and then Mother Nature decides to rain on you, and it doesn't look like you did anything.
So I promise you, we're catching up. We're still the best. We're still high quality. We'll get there.
That's high quality H2O.
All right, water boy. All right. So next, I know this is a weird topic, but yes, in England, urine from the London Marathon equals 3,000 loaves of bread. Ask me why, Andy.
I don't want to know really, but why? Why does pee make bread?
So funny you should ask. Urea is a fertilizer.
Yeah.
And I guess there's so many women, like there's more women that have to go to the bathroom, I guess, during a marathon than men.
Mm-hmm.
And the London Marathon has a large population of women.
Mm-hmm.
And this company what was it? Where is it?
Pea catchers?
Pequel? Pequel. They developed these portable these like very fancy portable urinals that could hold the capacity of the people. Mm-hmm. And then another company said, "Hey, let's use that urine, put it in the fields and use it as fertilizer rather than having to buy it." And they're using it specifically in wheat fields. I'm not sure if that's because urea is more of a fertilizer for wheat. Don't know. I'm not going to make any assumptions, but folks, they figured out a way to take our pee and make 3,000 loaves of
They used to use urine to tan hides and stuff too. That's where they're saying piss poor, because you'd piss and sell your pee to the tanning vats. And then also that's where they're saying you don't have a pot to piss in comes from.
When I was in the Army, they taught us desert training that if you are out of water
once
and you have to pee, you can drink your urine once. And the reason is there's enough still water in your pee that you can drink it. But if you do it a second time, it's just the toxins at that point. So then you poison yourself. I know it sounds gross. And no, folks, I never had to drink my own urine. Thank goodness. But yes, folks, Pequel has figured out a way to.
I like their little urinals there. It looks like a kid's toy.
Yeah. I tell you what, man, the Europeans are better than us sometimes. They're a little bit more innovative, especially in England, because their island's so small. They only have so much space to put things. Yeah. All right. Here's our next thing.
The evil things that
one of the big complaints that we're getting right now was, my yard looks like it has so many dandelions. Well, it does. It has a load of dandelions.
Yep.
This is the year of the dandelion.
Literally.
If you watched last night's local news, a local company, and I'm going to go and give them a shout out because we really don't compete against them. We've actually done work for them back when we were early in business. But Bob Brower over at Lawn Plus did a plug saying, like, when you have bare spots and there's no grass growing there, weeds have to grow somewhere. And every year it's a specific weed that the conditions are perfect. Like last year it was clover. And
you're paraphrasing.
I'm paraphrasing. This comes from WHIO's interview with Bob Brower from Lawn Plus. This is not Gary Hardy or Andrew saying this. This is me paraphrasing. But last year it was clover, and this year it's dandelion.
It's very wet and cool, so they love it.
Yep, they love it. And dandelion's the weed that everybody can see when it grows. So just tasty. We had
it's good in salads. You can make tea or wine out of the pet.
A West Carrollton council member came over and asked me if we would give a proposal for his business. And he said, the company that's out there now is supposed to do the weed control, and there's dandelions everywhere. I said, whoa.
Be nice to them.
I was like, don't get rid of them because there's dandelions this year.
It's an ongoing battle.
It's unless you have somebody out there to spot spray every single day, because dandelions, once they mature, there's thousands of seed spores. So once there's one up, you can kill it, but the spores still got in the ground.
And if you have kids like me, they like to just run to the yard and kick them.
I can't remember who it was, but I think somebody called them baby sunflowers. I'm trying to remember. I think my Alzheimer's kicking in, which I didn't use this as a current event.
It's half-timers.
Half-timers?
Half-timers.
Okay. Did you know that there's 300,000 more Alzheimer patients this year in America than last year?
Aluminum.
It's the drugs.
It's the drugs.
It's all the drugs.
I took the drugs and the drugs are working.
It's all the drugs. All right, let's move on, folks. All right, so we had a dandelion invasion happening. We're getting on it. Last year was clover. Next year, it could be spurge, or it could be creeping Charlie, or it could be anything. Every year is a different year. But next up, folks, leadership. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about why it is important to be a good leader in your company and how the leadership of your company can make or break you. And we're going to talk about how Brunner's does leadership. All right, with that being said, here we go. Our first topic of it is culture starts at the top. And you see a picture here of Brunner's columns of culture, which we talked about last week. And you also see the second column is invest in your team, and then the third column is volunteer as your team. That is the culture that you have to instill in a company. You got to let your team know you care about them. Am I right, Andy?
Indeed.
Is that all you have to say about this?
I like Indeed. I mean,
Indeed sucks.
No,
you don't get good employees off Indeed. Those employees don't care about culture.
It helps.
I'm just kidding.
Do stuff with your guys.
It does.
An open door policy. Make sure they can come talk to you, even if they're pissed off at you directly. I've made people mad. He's made people mad
all the time.
So
if I really was a superhero and I had a superpower, making people mad is probably my superpower.
I think I'd give you a run for your money there.
I don't know, Andy. It takes longer for you to get wound up. I just, right from the start, I have that perception bias or whatever it's called, where the first thing you hear, you react on it, and that's the story, and you're sticking to it, and it may not have even touched the surface. I'm awful. I've gotten better, though. I've gotten better.
We don't fight as much.
We don't. I tuck my tail a little bit more because I don't have to win every time. I mean, I'm not.
Very rarely do I win.
No, we win every day. We're alive.
Oh, well,
we're alive. But culture starts at the top, and you got to practice what you preach. You can't say we're going to do this and expect everybody else to do it, and you don't.
Don't say, oh yeah, we can take care of that. Go do it.
Yeah. Don't. I hate saying this. Don't ever ask anybody to do something that you wouldn't do yourself. I hate saying that now because I'm in a position now, and as are you. There's some things that it's not. Don't tell people to do something that you wouldn't do. It's don't tell people something that you haven't done, because I'm sorry, I'm not going out and getting on my hands and feet and knees for no reason and pulling weeds when I have sales to do. I
went and mowed something yesterday.
You did, and
just because I was there and there was a mower free, I'm like, yeah, I'll go mow this section.
I will go out and shovel some mulch and do things like that if we're in dire need. But
got a couple of trees I'm going to plant next week if everything gets picked up right.
Yeah, I want to do that with you because it gets me a little fat exercise.
Yeah, I was definitely sweating yesterday, pulling bushes out and doing stuff.
Yeah, fat guy. I'm losing weight though. In the last 3 weeks, I've walked 40 something miles.
Nice.
I get up every morning and walk 2 miles now instead of doing the exercise bike because Ezzy likes to walk.
Oh, he gets the doggy some exercise too.
It does. But yeah, folks, culture, it starts at the top. And if you get your team on board, your clients and your vendors will love you for it because they're the ones that truly benefit.
Yep.
Next, you got to build leaders. Do not build followers. That does not mean that you don't respect people where they are at the moment in time that they are there. Not everybody is ready to be a leader,
No.
but never ever enable someone to only be a follower and to accept being a follower.
Don't assume everyone's always going to be a pawn.
Yes. Some people want to be a leader in the position that they're in, not paid as the one in charge.
Right.
Not all leaders are paid supervisors.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just the experience that you're there. You've done it for this long. You know what you're doing. And the new guy, you have to instruct them.
Well, look at Noah and Dom. They're not supervisors yet, but they're learning to be good leaders.
Well, they don't know that they're supervisors because they're working together doing the same thing every day, but they don't realize they're actually doing it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they're building each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty neat when you start developing a culture of learning. People start really giving a crap. Like Jacob wants to go do the equip or the PGMS education show that's at the Equip Expo. They're two separate events in the same building. PGMS just capitalizes on all of the landscapers being at the same place at the same time. So, but with that being said, Jacob 5 years ago, though, be like, yeah, fuck that. It was like pulling teeth to get him to want to go to Louisville. Now he may not necessarily want to go, but he wants to get the education from going.
I like going to play with all the new toys and seeing the new innovations. And
well, we're starting
sometimes mowers burst into flames.
Well, we're starting to get to the point now to where I'm starting to see the value of some of the $100,000 toys, not because of the price of it, but because of the amount of people that it takes the place of.
Well, that, and it takes a lot of the physical load off of the guys, so that makes them able to not be completely burnt out and, hurt themselves because they're doing heavy lifting, and, it prevents accidents.
So this mulch mule,
pretty neat.
It's the setup we're going to want is going to be about $90,000. But there's grants and all of that, but the loan, I got to figure out the loan terms on how that's going to work. Is it a 3-year loan, a 5-year loan,
30 years?
Yeah, right. That thing would die before then.
Be paying on it.
But it was built. It was built here in Ohio.
Oh, really?
That it was designed. Everything here in Ohio. So which is pretty cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I only got to see it and play with it for about 5 minutes yesterday.
Well, the guy that invented it is because he couldn't get laborers, so he had to find a way to get the mulch in his. And
WWMD, what would MacGyver do?
I tell you what, it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. So,
and it's versatile. You got the leaf vac on there and all kind of stuff.
I like the fact that the guys said that they had already went through more mulch during the time frame that they had that than the time frame without it.
Oh yeah.
Now that doesn't mean that we're never going to have to shovel mulch back in wheelbarrows, or we're never going to have to do things like that. It doesn't mean that that's not going to happen. Right. But
I forgot to ask: does it have the capacity to actually put root balls in and have them push the root balls straight forward? Is that
it goes forward and backwards?
Bet.
So if you put a tree on it, you could push the button and it takes it to the back. One thing, my guess is that you probably don't want to do is have it to where he goes to the back and just have it dragging.
Well, yeah,
as much as possible, because
you stagger it as you load it, and unload it.
Because I'm guessing, like if you have a tree on there with a sharp edge and you keep dragging it, it's going to cut it. So, but we figure that kind of stuff out.
And if it can be broken, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we should be testers.
I think it's for the price of it and the fact that it qualifies for the max grant for the BWC. What are you looking at? Why are you looking?
I was looking at you. I just got distracted because I can see us.
Camera left, camera right.
Yeah.
Or however that
and is. I see my big old head this way. I don't like it.
It is the size of a freaking honeydew.
I got my own planetary, gravity going on here.
It's more of an oval.
Yeah, it's because
I'm a circle.
Yeah.
You're an oval.
That's because of my big old dinosaur brains.
Yeah. But create leaders, not followers. Have training programs. You like the weave, how I weaved right back into
Bob back from the tangent.
Yes. Again, sorry, Asia.
There it is.
So
The wah wah noise.
the wah, 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 wah. She's been doing pretty good. She's been working fairly independently. I've not been giving her any help. I need to get her more video, but I think I'm going to teach her how to do camera work today.
There you go.
She's like, oh no.
I don't think it'll take much. Here's camera.
Well, I'm not going to have her use our camera. You have an iPhone? I'll probably just tell you what I want, tell you where to go. I'm going to put gas in your car. If we send you off site to take video, we'll put gas in your car, but I'll probably send you off site to take video with your iPhone because it's just as good as that camera, so that you can make video and that'd be part of your work days.
And you can go make fun of Tyler while he's working. Yeah, get back to work while I've been you.
Yeah. So, because I'll probably send you to where Tyler is because they're going to be out mulching Paragon Farms. Maybe figure out where the mowing crews are and you can go get some video.
Waterstone, Paragon Farms, a number of places. They'll split off about noon if they don't get wet.
We'll talk more about it if you're not opposed to getting out and doing stuff like that. And then you know how to load it from your phone to the computer, right? All right. Well, I'll show you how to do it. See, I'm building a leader, not a follower.
I don't know how to do that.
Well, this kind of stuff. So our social media assistant, Aisha, she's going to school to be a school teacher. Is it history? A history teacher? This kind of stuff's important because she may want to create educational type material for her class and need to use some of these things I'm teaching her. How to make social media posts, how to schedule stuff, things like that, how to cut video. I mean, she could take video of one of her classes during the course of a whole year and then use some of the techniques that I've showed her and make actual like end of year videos to show her students how their years went. Just I really think that what she's learning here will benefit her in her career field.
I mean, everything's much different. It's all technology based, Promethean boards, whiteboards, iPads.
Not to mention, I'm making her step outside her comfort zone and go do things that she typically wouldn't do, like spring expos and things like she just gave me and rolled her eyes at me, folks.
That was.
She said she didn't roll.
She
her
was
eyes.
Bored.
She doesn't want to go walk around and talk to people. That's not what she signed up for.
I don't know you.
All right, we're moving on. Build leaders, not followers. And if you're looking for a company that is full of leaders, you can give Brunner's Lawn and Services a call at 937-681-4859, where we lead with integrity. Or you can visit our website at brunnersltd.com and learn a little bit about our company. Check out our letter from the CEO for the month of May. All kinds of things. Why? Because we're dependable. And if you want to shoot some respectful comments, there's a comment section below. And to be quite honest, we've been doing this for a while now, and nobody ever leaves comments.
Your mom, my grandma.
On Facebook, they do, but never on YouTube. All right, Andy. Shall we continue?
I suppose so.
When you're a leader, you have to lead from the front.
Where'd you find that picture of 75?
Yeah, right. 75, 35. I mean, all Ohio highways. Yeah. That's why it's like the construction companies took all of the Ohio highways and just threw them in a big pile.
Yeah, we're the armpit of the universe.
All by far. But you have to lead from the front because, like Andy's saying, with Ohio highways, you got to find the path and your team needs to follow you. You can't expect your team to pull you. You have to pull your team. I don't know if you've ever seen the picture of the team with like pulling the leader in the chariot. And then there's another picture beside it that is the leader pulling the team that's in the chariot.
I've seen a variation of that. It was a desk.
Yeah, it's similar.
Yeah.
You have to be a leader that's not afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Like, for instance, me and Andy are dealing with some things. So me and Andy do customer service different. I'm a respond right away, look later. Andy's a look now, respond later. And sometimes our clients, when they shoot a complaint, they don't get the response right away, even though Andy's already over there looking at it and this and that. So because I hate saying this, because I'm the head leader of the company, it's my job to help support my brothers
Well, I mean,
So
most of the time, I just don't want to give false information, or if I don't know, I'd rather have eyes on it and tell you, this is what needs to happen, or this is what happened, or I'm on it replacing this thing, or whatever it may be.
But to mitigate the client expectations, I'm going to start responding to the emails when Andy goes and looks at the problem, and then he can respond with the solution afterwards.
And I already said I'll start just, even if it's just a thumbs up emoji, like, that acknowledge that it's been seen.
What it is our clients are used to being ignored. So they think that we're ignoring them when in all honesty, we're not. And some of our clients that have been with us for a while should know that we're not. But unfortunately, it's not uncommon for companies as they get bigger to backtrack and fall and customer service fall to the wayside. That's not how we're built. So as a leader, though, you have to lead from the front. So Matt, he's the production leader for the landscaping. He did Crossroads Church, and he did all of the teaching, a lot of the heavy legwork, because that was his project. If he would have said, "Hey, Tyler, go run this and get it done," Tyler could have done it, but that wouldn't have been a good leadership style.
He would have been stressed out like crazy,
and he would have been pissed. He may have rethought his career choices.
Yeah.
Or if Jacob was here and a team leader called in, and Jacob sent his crew out and just stayed at the computer and did whatever scheduling or whatever.
He goes out and trims and blows off and edges things ahead of his crews. So
that way it gets done quicker. So, but that's the thing. Josh is an owner of this company and still goes out twice a week and mows with the big tractor.
Well, and he likes his baby.
That's solitude time for him. That's relaxation time for him. He gets to shut it off. That's why I think sometimes he doesn't call or answer right away, because like he's in the zone. His phone's up and he looks down every so often to see if there's a call. But if that's what gives him peace and solitude, then so be it. Right. But he trusts the guys, or he trusts himself to do the work, and he goes out and does the tedious stuff. Most of our guys, they're going to get bored just sitting on that tractor all that time.
No, not to mention it's not easy on the back. It's comfy, but it's not easy.
And it's boring. It's boring. 8 hours in a track.
It's like plowing snow. I mean, it's just put on an audiobook and go.
Yeah, very true. So, but yeah, you got to lead from the front, folks. And to recap, so culture starts at the top.
Yeah.
Build leaders, not followers, and lead from the front. And folks, you can catch us every single week on Thursdays at 10 a.m. We'll let you know when we're not going to be here. And next week, we're going to talk about landscape planning, thinking beyond the mow. Because when people think of planning, they only think of mowing the grass. They don't think about, oh, crap, that honeysuckle that I haven't cut down in 3 years, by wintertime, it's going to be destroying my gutters. Or, oh, my gosh, I want petunias next year. So you need to plan now, because those need to go in the ground in like October, November. Not to mention, if you want good petunias, they got to be ordered from good growers. And to be quite honest with you, the good growers are over in the Netherlands. So it takes some time to get those here. There's a lot of plants that people want that will grow in these zones that aren't grown in America. Some of the bulbs and things like that. You got to plan that stuff. And that's the stuff we're going to talk about next week. How to plan for, like, we have a client right now, but which we got to get on that grass job from the heart of Centerville. She texted me yesterday and like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. So I need to get a proposal. I probably want Ryan to get a hold of her and actually discuss with her and tell her what we're going to do, and then I'll send a proposal.
Right.
Ryan's the only one that can discuss it.
It's invaded by lesser celandine.
Yeah, it's some weird weed.
It was quite common, but it's not.
But it's taken over her whole yard.
Yes,
to where it's impossible. The whole yard, it's all going to have to be killed.
Tilled in, restart.
Yep. So,
well,
that's kind of
scorched earth.
So, and folks, we're almost done. But
here's your new picture.
This is our new picture of me and Andy. We like to work together, and we're good friends. And when Andy plants trees, I like to help him. That's a little sapling. I'm going to start making these little dumb photos every week.
That's fine. I still have the goofy fucking umbrella hat. Oh, look, I did it.
You did what?
Umbrella hat on our website. You know.
Yeah. Oh, that just hasn't popped up yet. And Jacob's laying down on the car hasn't popped back up yet.
But you promised him you wouldn't do it again.
I can ask him.
Okay, there you go.
I never posted it at any time without telling him I was doing it, because that's one of them photos that could come back and haunt you.
Get married and it's on your wedding cake.
So, all right, folks. So I don't have much else to say other than we got to get back at it. I got some things to do.
I got to go buy a parking block.
A
couple £100. Yay.
Yeah. All right.
Enjoy.
Have a great day. Have a great life. And what matters, Andy?
Satisfaction. Get your umbrellas out. We're going to get more rain. There
it is. I found it.
Ooh, and you're echoey.
It's because I turned on a megaphone.
I got one over there.
There we go. All right, folks. Talk to you later.
Doodles.